Gear up for whatever's next in Grand Theft Auto Online with G2A with the link in the description and use code BOSS for an extra discount. Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about some very interesting topics. One of them regarding a real-life money scam where people are trying to extort, nearly thousands of dollars from people like myself, and it could be you as well. So this is something you definitely need to be aware of. And Grand Theft Auto 5 back in the news once again, being blamed for something that it shouldn't. We're going to be talking about those two topics in this video today. Definitely some very interesting stuff going on here. Now, before we get started, I do just want to let you guys know two things about some Grand Theft Auto 5 news. The first of which is that today is the last day of the current event week going on in Grand Theft Auto Online right now. So it's the last time to get double money and RP on the new Kill Quota adversary mode. It's also the last opportunity to get some 25% discounts with the Black Friday sales in online as well. So if you've completely botched that or meant to get something, this is the last time to do it. It's going to be ending in just a few short hours. And Rockstar has some cool stuff on their warehouse that's actually on sale right now. So if you want like Grand Theft Auto 5 Rockstar t-shirt and gear, it's like 30% off on their site. So I'll leave a link to that in the description. That is going to be ending sometime later today. But anyways, let's jump into the video and let's get it started. Let's start with that money scam first. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because it could have an impact on you. I don't know the circumstances regarding this email that was sent around, so I don't know how many people were affected by it, but I received 7 of these emails, and this is what it was. So essentially, this is what the email was. It was a message from PayPal that says, "You've got a money request," and immediately when I saw this, I almost knew that it was going to be something that we had gone over before on the channel, but this seemed to be a little bit different. Number one, because it was sent so many times over and over and over again, I was kind of confused. And number two, I don't know how many people are being targeted by this. I'll explain this in a little bit. So the message is Rockstar Games sent you a money request. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's kind of odd. And it says, note from Rockstar Games. And then we see, hello, this is Bahan Chad, Rockstar Games. So obviously right off the bat, I knew that that was kind of odd. That really didn't make sense there. They go on to say, we are contacting you on behalf of you making YouTube videos about our game. Please pay this one-time fee to prevent legal action or termination of your YouTube channel. And the amount they've requested is $750 US, which of course is a good bit of money. I obviously don't want to be handing that off to someone I don't know. And if you couldn't tell right off the bat, this is 100% fake, and this is a giant scam, and you don't want to fall for this. So the reason I'm saying it might impact you is because I don't know who this guy is targeting. He could obviously only be targeting, YouTubers like myself that have a significant subscription base and that play Grand Theft Auto 5, or they could be targeting everyone that has a YouTube channel that maybe watches Grand Theft Auto 5 that has their email connected to maybe their PayPal or their Gmail account. Again, I'm not really too sure how the details of this scam works, but it's definitely one of the more interesting ones I've seen. And I don't want people to see this, say, oh no, I really like my YouTube channel, let me pay this right away, or I don't want to get in trouble with Rockstar Games. I know this might sound obvious for some people, and you can just say, wow, this is the fakest thing in the world, but you'd be surprised. Someone sees the name Rockstar Games, and they might not want to mess with them. Now, as far as the legality issues of this goes, Rockstar Games couldn't do anything like that. In their EULA, which is essentially the rules for Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online, they give you the right to produce content like YouTube videos on Grand Theft Auto 5, which is great because it allows me to do what I love, which is play the game, live stream with you guys, make videos like this. So doing what I do is, number one, 100% legal, and number two, would never warrant a fake email like this from Rockstar Games. I know this is not only affecting myself, my good friend Vinewood Motors, who is a YouTuber and streamer, he also tweeted out that he was having these issues as well. And obviously this is fake. Please simply ignore this amount of money if you see it. Once again, I don't want any of you guys falling for this scam, falling for this trap. I honestly wish there was more of a punishment for impersonating a games company like this, because this is a giant phishing scam right here that someone could use to scam people out of hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. I mean, I don't know how many emails this guy sent out, but I'm sure in each one he requested $750. And if he sent it out to 1,000 people, if just like 2 or 3 people or 4 4 or 5 people respond, he's made off with a couple $1,000s just for sending a silly message. Now, I do believe that if anyone falls for this, that is kind of their fault. I don't think anyone would deserve anything like this to happen, but you definitely need to be careful before you just click away $750. But just letting you guys know, this is a scam that's going on. It's not Rockstar Game. It's some guy named Bahan Chode or Chad. I don't really know who or what they are or what they're doing. You can look them up, but the results I got did not lead to me finding anyone or any particular person. So maybe you guys can find something that I did not. But just letting you guys know that this is fake and that you absolutely do not want to fall for it. Now, something else that was kind of interesting that was in the news as well, Grand Theft Auto 5 gets blamed for a lot. We've seen this over the 3+ years that it's been out. Grand Theft Auto 5 seems to be blamed for controversies, whether it's, political ones or whether it's just people doing weird things in real life. Well, it seems as if this is happening again because now Grand Theft Auto 5 is being blamed for an 11-year-old taking his parents' car for a spin. So this actually happened in Ontario, Canada, and I'll leave a link to the article in the description. It's actually pretty interesting. Basically, this 11-year-old took one of their parents' cars on a Saturday night and just started to go on a drive onto the highway. And this article claims that the boy had been playing Grand Theft Auto and decided to borrow his parents' car to see what real driving was like. Now, luckily in this entire situation, no one was hurt, and I feel like that's the most important thing here, but I don't like the fact that Grand Theft Auto 5 is being blamed here. So the officers who pulled them over said Grand Theft Auto is not the way to learn to drive. Even if you think you're a good driver by playing GTA, it's not a good idea. So number one, I always hate when the media blames Grand Theft Auto 5 for something when really it doesn't make sense at all. Kids have been taking their parents' cars for joyrides way since Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out. So to say this is the cause to me is completely ludicrous. This would just be like me playing FIFA or playing NBA or playing, a National Football League video game for a couple months and then saying, I can go out and play sports professionally when obviously I know that's not the case. The correlations here don't make sense. It's just like playing Call of Duty or playing Battlefield 1 won't turn me into a sharpshooter or a killer overnight. That's not how something like that works. What's going on here is probably irresponsible parenting and the fact that you were in a position to ultimately let your 11-year-old take your car. I think that the blame needs to be pointed less at the game here and more at the situation. You're a parent, probably an irresponsible one, letting your 11-year-old play an M-rated game and then having access where he can get to the vehicle and then drive off. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me, and I don't really understand why Grand Theft Auto 5 is being blamed here when there's obviously so many other circumstances going on here. I know a ton of people that play Grand Theft Auto 5 just like myself, and know that there is a line between what happens in GTA and what happens in real life. When I'm done playing Grand Theft Auto Online, I go get my car to run errands or go get food or something like that. I don't just ignore every red light and every traffic law because I know that's something I can only do in Grand Theft Auto and that I'll have real life consequences if I were to do something like that in real life. So bottom line, I think articles like this are pretty ridiculous and I've never liked them at all. Luckily, this one isn't as mainstream as some of the other ones we've seen where they've gotten like national media coverage and whatnot, but it still is kind of sucky to see this happen because when people ask me what game do I play or what YouTube video do I play, I always say, I upload Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto Online content, and I don't want someone who only watches the mainstream media to say, well, isn't that game the cause of all these horrific crimes and 11-year-olds joyriding cars? I don't want that to be the case at all. I think probably the biggest problem with Grand Theft Auto is outside of the gaming industry, it's really only covered by mainstream media when something like this happens. Mainstream media never covers the positive aspects of what Grand Theft Auto 5 does, the community it builds, and all the fun times we have and all the successes that it's had, but it really only covers the bad moments and the bad instances like this. It kind of reminds me of something I saw on Twitter the other day. It was just a joke of, the loading screens when you're playing alone versus the loading screens when your parents walk by. And the loading screens when you're alone are just Michael, Trevor, Franklin doing normal things. But when your parents walk by, it's always like the girl bending over or leaning over, in a bikini or bathing suit or something like that. So I thought it was pretty funny. It's like when the media catches glimpses of what Grand Theft Auto 5 is about. It's always negative ones, but no one talks about it when it's just normal and doing its own thing. So I thought that was really funny, and I saw that on Twitter the other day, and I thought that was hysterical. But anyways, that's all the information that I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. As always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. What do you think of scenarios like this when Grand Theft Auto 5 is painted in a bad light like this? And what do you think of this crazy scam that's going on as well? If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. I will be live streaming here a little bit later on my channel, so please do stick around for that. It's going to be a ton of fun. But of course, out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.